Greetings and welcome back once again to Zorndorf. I am your host as always. Now, let us see how the bloodbath at Zorndorf is going. Very bloodbathy. I have to pull them out of the line quickly before they get massacred by gunfire. Looks like he's trying to reorder his cavalry. So we just exchange fire with one another. Ow, that hurt. Ow. Brutal. Alright, the Donner Regiment routed. 10 units undersworded out of 27 checked. 3 units rallied out of 4 checked. 2 units recovered fatigue. 1 unit routes. No one resupplied. Okay. Let us go to the guns. Uh, 12-pounder. Where are you? You are there. There we go. Knock out that gun. So, the losses. The Russians have lost nearly 11,000 men. I alone have lost, what, 9-4? Lost about 9-4. I think the army is officially going to call it quits. Just from sheer damn exhaustion and losses. So, it's time that we begin to retire, essentially. Get the Zeton and the Malinkovsky Hussars out of the way. You will fall back as well. Fall back onto the Fuchsburg temporarily at the very least. And we continue to fall back. Kaunitz will shift as well. And I essentially will offer him an end to all hostilities. I could get potentially one last cav charge in, but it's not worth it. The Garde du Corps, well, Seidlitz will stay where he is and just basically threaten action in case the Russians want to continue the action. Just in case. These two could charge, but what would they charge? They would charge there. Get disordered. Yeah, there's nothing they can really charge without. Potentially needless losses. But the Russians can officially declare that they have survived the Prussian juggernaut. As at this point, my sheer losses really precludes any other for anything else, really, when it comes to overt aggression. We'll attempt to cause a bit more mayhem on the right. The Norman Dragoons will take up position there, facing that way. They will all face that way. The von Prussians pull back. Now, I could obviously charge him, but it's not exactly worth it. Especially when they are doing that to my poor cavalry. So, in this case, this lot will just take up position there. And we'll just basically put the threat of cavalry action on Scholamer's dragoons. On Bieberstein, the Altplatten dragoons will pull back. And then the Plattensburg dragoons are just the last ones left, really. Since they haven't really been engaged. Get the wagon out of the way. General Dohna will go there. Unfortunately, my divisions got very much intermingled during all that. So, for now, we will just be seeing a case of I shall inquire to William Fermor, the Russian commander, in this case my opponent, whether or not they will accept a ceasefire and end of the battle before this becomes ridiculous with losses. Because, I mean, between us, we've lost about 20,000 men, which, between the historical losses of Zorndorf, is about right. And, well, it's still a draw. Could I have pushed to a victory? Could I push to a victory? Probably. But my army is thoroughly exhausted. It is battered. And I am thinking of the historical context where, well, as Frederick, I sort of have to have my army intact. I cannot lose the entire goddamn army in a single engagement. Because I've still got the Austrians to deal with, I've still got the French to deal with, I've still got the Swedes to deal with, so, as I said, in the historical context, in game context, I could quite happily sit here and continue to throw my men into a meat grinder. But in the historical context, yeah, no. I simply could not take that hill, no matter how many attempts I tried. But I did take the Fuchsberg and this hill, so. And I did give the Russians a good kick-in. The problem is they gave me an equally good kick-in. Mostly thanks to that preponderance of artillery of theirs. Their love of artillery just kept blowing huge holes in my men. Unfortunately. And to quote Frederick the Great himself, it's easier to kill Russians than it is to defeat them. This was very much the case in this situation. They just would not run. And then my men, for the most part, would not run because they're just too damn good for their own... they are just too good for their own... Damn good. Still, we shall see if my opponent accepts the offered ceasefire. So, for now, let us go to the melee phase, of which there's naturally none. Because I could run at them and do that, but that's not really worth it. So, for now, I thank you for joining yet another Zorndorf. Before I actually forget, let me place the termination. I'll message him before I do that. So, for now, I thank you all, and I hope you have enjoyed yet another Zorndorf, and I hope to see you for either another turn or the conclusion of Zorndorf. So, for now, I thank you all, and I'll see you all soon. So until then, bye-bye for now.